Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. I am super stoked about this. This has been labeled a banger by Nick Shabazz, among other people, and a bunch of other people that I respect. So I am really excited about this. MBK, I have a little bit of a fetish for Ray Laconico's designs. I snagged this. It was like up for I don't know how long, very short amount of time, and then they were all gone immediately. But I set an alarm, and that's how you do it, people. All right, this is the Rosalinda, named after his mom, and it's supposed to be a really sweet knife of his. Oh, look at that. Complete set of hardware and an extra washer. Wow, going the extra step. Thanks so much. That is sweet. Oh, and I really like this cloth too. That I'm keeping this cloth. It's okay. This knife is staying in my collection forever. It will not be sold. But that is so sweet. The whole set of hardware and a pivot. Like, that is going above and beyond in my book. Another reason to support Monterey Bay Knives and Sanford Owen and Ray Laconico. All right. It's got the classic Ray Laconico clip. I've really got to do a collection update of all my Laconico designs. The finish is very nice. What are we going to call that finish? Not quite sure, but it's got a texture to it almost. Very, very, very light. You'll notice it only has one thumb stud. It's only meant for that. And some knives of Ray's have, let's see if I can have one here. Like they have this top part right here where you can actually front flip it. I'm not good at front flipping. It's this is a sea otter, but yeah, very cool. You see, I put an aftermarket clip on here, but that's a standard type of clip right there. Very nice pivot machining. It looks great. It's a little sharp on the edges here, not sharp, but it's not like totally contoured either. Like here, you'll see you've got a bevel on all the edges. This does not have it. Liner lock, full spacer in the back, and I think this is ZDP 189. All right, shall we look at the blade? ZDP 189 is really cool. Very, very hard, high hardness, 67 HRC, I believe it is, and then it's sheathed in, I don't know, VG10, something like that, but something stainless. Oh, that action! Wow. Oh, look, did you see it just fall? On running on washers, obviously. Wow. Yeah. Look, you can see the little line at the blade down here. That's the ZDP 189 and it's coated. It's got a nice swedge up top. Very pointy. And oh man, you don't need to force it at all. Like I when I first opened this, and I like powered through it, but just a little flick. So nice. Just action totally smooth. Wow. Centered. I do like these clips. I do like race clips. So very full-sized knife, very long. So let's take a look at that length. We're talking about 3.5-inch blade, 8 inches overall. The Sea Otter is a 3-inch blade, 6 3/4 overall. Let's take a look at some of my other Ray knives while I'm here. Hey, I don't have them all down here, but I got a few. Here is the Old Guard, which is almost the best comparison, I think. Also ZDP, but more of a Warrenclyffe style blade. And it has a 3.5-inch blade, 8 inches overall. But it has thumb studs on both sides. Very cool knife this guy is. This has bats on it. The decals on it are bats. Very nice clip too. This is my Halloween knife now. But wow, very nice. So this feels like it's on washers. I'm due to do a review of this knife and a disassembly, and I haven't done it. It could be that the pivot's just too tight on this. This opens real easy, but this screaming open, totally locked. He's got his name, designer name right there. I believe it doesn't even say 189 anywhere on this. Lots of excessive oil on here, which is fine. It just came from him. He gets it from the manufacturer, and I don't remember who the manufacturer is. It might pop up right now. I want to say Riot, but I could be wrong. Very nice. Yeah, and so the liner is inset inside the handle. It's got a steel liner in here, and the steel liner is inset inside the titanium. There's lots of machining on the inside in there, which you probably cannot see, but machined out very nicely. Very light in the hand, feels great. Ergos are great. There's no jimping on top, but that's okay. It just feels really nice. There's something, I have large mittens. Oh wow, I front flipped it. There is just enough. There's no jimping there, but well, I was able to do it once. Yeah, more of a wrist action. Anyway, what was I saying? Already forget. I personally love ZDP. I have a lot of it right now. How many ZDP? I think I have, this is my third one. I've got the Slayback, I've got the Old Guard, and now this is this guy. Stays sharp forever. I haven't had any problems with it. Yeah, I really like the finish on this blade. It's different than this. They almost look similar in the camera. There's a little bit more of a texture here. It's almost like a lemon peel finish or texture on here. Whereas this feels very smooth. Pivot hardware looks good. And again, I wish one thing I would knock them on is, the lanyard hole. I don't care about the lanyard hole. Sea Otter doesn't have a lanyard hole. This doesn't have a lanyard hole. Echo doesn't even have a lanyard hole. It's a budget knife. It just has the extra stud in the back, although not a full back spacer. The Mini Kiso does have one. Okay. Integral. Why would you want a lanyard hole on an Integral? This is from Alliance Designs. I've also got Mark. So yeah, very cool. This might be the end of my Ray Laconico buying, because I feel like I have all of his knives now, and I definitely need to do like a Ray Laconico overview with a bunch of his knives. I mean, I don't have some of them, like I don't have a Yorkie anymore, but that's interesting. So the show side scale looks like it's fully titanium and not steel, but it's milled out. And then the lock side has an insert, and it's a very large steel insert for the entire side for the lock. The access here is really good to the lock. Like there's a large amount left open there, right? And then the thumb stud sits perfectly in that little indent. The ergos are great. They're fine. Oh, yeah. So what I was saying is, I have big meat paws. My big meat paws like a full-size knife. That doesn't mean that I don't like a small knife like the Kiso, Mini Kiso. But that being said, I do prefer it when to carry a large knife sometimes. And this is a large dress type knife. I can pull this out and use it, and it looks super sweet. The drop action on that is incredible. The lockup is, in my estimation, perfect. It's about 25% or a third, which is good for me. As far as thinness behind the edge, it's not the worst in the world, but I wouldn't call it necessarily thin behind the edge either. I do like the way this looks and feels. I am sure, absolutely positive, I'm going to take a piece of paper that I've already cut a million times, and I know that this is going to be super sharp. Yeah, scroll cutty. Yeah, perfect. And with the ZDP 189, I basically won't ever have to worry about sharpening it. So all around, a perfect knife. This is the Rosalinda, named after his mother. Really cool design. Nick Shabazz said he really liked it and carried a lot. He has smaller hands, and he still liked carrying this knife a lot. I have big hands, and I enjoy both large and small. I don't have a bias too much. But overall, I see why this design has a reputation for being what it is. It's just very sleek, elegant. I love how Ray does his lines. It's keep it simple, stupid at its finest. It's just a really great ethic that he has. He's based in Monterey, California. Monterey Bay, California. This is made in China. I only have one of his knives made in America, and that is the Sea Otter. This is made by him in-house. And I love this knife too. This was a grail knife for me, so I'm really happy to have it. This runs on washers though. But yeah, his aesthetic really speaks to me, and that's why I end up getting a lot of his knives and why you probably have seen a bunch of them on my channel. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Comments really, really help my channel. You can also become a Patreon member or channel member and get entered to win a knife every month. So that's cool too. Yeah, I'm trying to do I was able to do it perfectly the first time I tried the front flipping. It's just not quite working that way. But yeah, so yeah, you want to support me, support my content, I totally appreciate it. This isn't a cheap venture at all. All right, thanks guys, and I will see you next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.